y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do my Q&A. I have highlighted all my questions that I got in my Jaclyn Hill giveaway. I think that was my January favorites. And I'm just going to go through here and just answer these. I've kind of looked them over, but they're mostly off the top of my head. The first one was asked by Donna's Mature Life. What is your typical diet and do you drink a lot of water? I consider myself drinking a lot of water. I always keep one of these with me, but kind of lately, I'm like, I'm really not drinking my water like I should. So I'm kind of recommitting my effort to drinking more. Like the other day, I drank one of these. I was like, what is wrong with you? In my diet, just in a nutshell, I watch my carbs, I healthy carb, and sometimes I slip into keto. I would lean more towards low carb than high carb, but I would consider it like a healthy carb. Marcy Byrne asked me how I keep my teeth so white. I have trays from the dentist and I buy bleach there. And I usually do it once every week or two. And once you get them white, you can kind of do it every week or two. And I have coffee with me all the time and it keeps them white. So I use that. I don't really know any over-the-counter stuff, but I think there's some good over-the-counter stuff. Tasha Melody, what are my hobbies outside of makeup? I really don't have any hobbies except working out. I mean, that's pretty much my life, cleaning my house and working out. Mary Ellen, over 60, asked, when you were in high school, what did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be an actress. I was in a couple of plays and I really wanted to be an actress. I did not pursue it at all. Did not pursue it in college. I don't know why I didn't pursue it. That's really what I wanted to do. I did nothing about it. And she also asked how I met my husband. I met my husband in high school and he was dating my best friend, Karen, in high school. And that's how I met him. Then they dated, they broke up, and we ran into each other later. And that is probably so against girl code. I can still remember feeling bad about it then. But she was like, it's fine, girl, date him. So, yeah, we got together in high school. Dated for a couple of months and then broke up and got back together after high school. Okay, Palm Springs Cindy asks, what career do I have? I don't currently have a career. I have a lot of careers in my past. I'm going to tell y'all what those were here in a little bit. Right now, I stay home. I have been staying home since 2010. I've always worked my entire life. And when we moved here, I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I can't do it again. I could not start over again. Because I'll just tell y'all, I was doing real estate when I moved here. And I built up my business in Dallas, Fort Worth. It was going well. But if you've ever started a business, getting that momentum going, we moved here and I was like, didn't really like the market here. So I got out of it, didn't really want to, didn't know what I wanted to do. So I just, stayed home and raised my kids and was a taxi service. And that's what I've been doing since about 2009. Okay, Monica asked, how old was I when I started wearing mascara? I started wearing makeup when I was around, I think 13. That was a long time ago. Okay, Jennifer Jenkins asks, what is my biggest food weakness? And that would be sugar. And specifically, white birthday cake. Anything vanilla, like white birthday cake, those Loft House cookies, those white ones with the icing on them. I love those. And that's what I want to eat when I'm stressed. And then she asked, what is my secret to staying upbeat and positive? I just really try to keep a positive attitude. Try to surround myself with positive people, try to eat so that I feel my best, try to work out, just try to keep everything positive. My dad also always told me, be careful what you put into your mind. Be careful what you put into your mind because once it's there, it's there. And I so believe that. The shows we watch, what we read, and the people we surround, what we're taking in, I think is kind of what comes out. So I just try to surround myself with positivity. Okay, Ellis for Living. Sweet L asked me, what are 3 things that I want people to know about myself? This was the hardest question because I really wanted to tell y'all something important about myself, and I don't know that I'm really going to accomplish that. Something about my personality. I'm very social until I'm not. I will have intense moments of I want to say socialism. Intense moments of being very social, and then I really have to have some alone time. I just will watch YouTube videos, a Netflix show, and I really get introspective. Another thing, I've seen a UFO, and I told that story. I will link that video. I told it in my flashback video. I told that story about the UFO I've literally seen, and I don't really believe in them. Don't know where they went. They were all over the place in the 80s. You don't really hear much about UFOs anymore, but I have seen a UFO. And I saw it pretty up close and personal. And then I've had lots of careers. This is where I will tell you what I've done in my life. When I was younger, I was a flight attendant in my 20s. I did not care for it. It was on small airplanes. I was the only flight attendant on there. It was when you had to memorize your speech. And I had like 30 to 45-minute flights where I would serve drinks to an entire flight. And that was real stressful. It gives you about 15 minutes to serve the drinks, get back. I could tell y'all some flight attendant stories. I worked for Lancome, Elizabeth Arden. Then I went back to school, and right after I got out of school, I was a teacher. And I have so much respect for teachers. I'm from a vast number of educators in my family, but I was not cut out to be a teacher. I'm not really a natural teacher. I'm like, why did you get this? Why did you? I understand it. Why don't you? I loved my kids, but I just really wasn't that great of a teacher. So I got out as fast as I could. You know, to all the parents, you're welcome. And after I was a teacher, I went into real estate. And that is where, if I went back to a career, that is where I would go. I would go back into real estate. I loved it. I loved the adrenaline of it. I was, you know, if I see myself honestly, I know that I was not a good teacher, but I was a pretty good negotiator in real estate. I was like, where's that coming from? How do I know how to do this? And I loved real estate. And I built up a good business with it in Dallas. And I moved here and I was like, I can't do it again. I had elementary kids, and that, you know, they needed a lot from me. And my husband was building his business here. And so I started staying home, and I love it. Okay, Maria Bellhouse asks, who is my favorite actor? And that is Robert Duvall. And it's because he was in Lonesome Dove, and I love Lonesome Dove. I have a very strong attachment to that movie. When we lived in a very small town in West Texas in the late 80s, early 90s, we had maybe 3 channels on a good day. Well, we had a VHS, a VCR, and I would watch Lonesome Dove constantly. I think I would love him in real life. He kind of reminds me of the men in my family. He's just no nonsense, strong and plain spoken, and I just like him a lot. Lori Pride in Photos asked me, what does my husband think about my YouTube channel? And that has been a very short journey. I've only been on here since last April. And at first he thought it was real strange because it was so sudden. I didn't really talk about it. I just kind of did it. And I'm not really a doer. I talk about stuff. I think about it. I think I'm going to do this. And I really ponder, not this. I just set up my phone and was like, hey y'all, this is Kathy. I'm starting a YouTube channel. So he was like, what? And then I think he thought it was just kind of a short break from my book. He just was like, I know you love makeup, but what are you doing? And like, why? And now he gets it. He's so supportive because he sees how happy I am. Since I'm happy, he's happy. And he's like, okay, I get it. So like if I want to record a video and it comes to me and he's home, he's like, okay, I'll go to the gym. He gets it. So I'm happy, so he's happy. Okay, Teresa Hernandez asks, what do I use as a moisturizer? I don't use a lot of moisturizer on my face. Now, I don't have real dry skin either, so I'm not telling you that this is right for everybody. But my skin is pretty normal. I don't really need much moisture. Like last night, I went to bed totally barefaced. I washed my face, toned my face, tretinoin. I do better that way. But again, I'm not real dry. So if that changes, I'll let y'all know. And I think I'm going to stop right there for today. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day.